Hey everybody, here I'm going to compare a Citadel miniature case with an old one that I had from like 35 years ago maybe, that I bought when I was maybe 19, 20 years old. I forget, something like that, long time ago, decades ago. So anyway, this is the Citadel miniature case. It comes like this, and it's got these latches on it. It costs $100. I got it off of Amazon, so with tax was $100. See, Citadel. I'm sort of disappointed. It's pretty small, and this is the big one. There's a smaller one than this. So the handle's pretty nice and looks like sturdy. I'm glad these claps are not the junky ones, so these should last a while. So anyway, here's what it looks like on the inside. I glued this foam piece down with some hot glue so it doesn't fall down. So this comes out, and then there's this part, which is a smaller one. It's not as deep, and then this is what it looks like on the bottom. And it's basically all the same system, where you have these foam pieces that move around. You guys put the figures in. So here's a painted figure that one of my friends did. He's really good at it. This is plastic, so it won't fit on these, but this one here will fit. No, it won't fit. It won't fit anywhere. So this is too tall. I guess you could maybe lay it down like this. Let me see if it'll work on this one. Nope. So this figure is too big for this case. This figure is too big. And to show you the size of it, this is like a penny. So that's how big this figure is. So now I've got another figure on a horse that I painted. This camera's not going to do these figures justice, which is smaller than this one. This rider's actually too big for that horse. It's more like he's on a pony. And there's a 50-cent piece. I think that's a fit. No, that might be a token from something. This is a metal figure, so it won't fit there either, but it would fit laying down. And over here it's basically the same. It's the same width. I mean, same height. So there's that one. Then there's this troglodyte or something that I painted a long time ago, decades ago. This camera's not going to do good close-up on these unless I hold it really still. If I hold everything still, you can see it. So, and used to be, these have faded a little bit because of age. These are actually in a room in a curio to keep the dust off, and they were not in my figure box with foam in it, which is good because I'll show you what happened to that in a little bit. So anyway, this will fit in there, so that's okay. So he will work. Then I got some people that I painted. This camera is not working. I painted her chest freehand. Anyway, they will fit in here. They're good to go. And this wizard girl, I really like this figure. I have two of them. She's holding a crystal ball. It's got a dragon on her head. Come on, focus, camera. It's not focusing. But you have to probably have a special app or camera or something to get these, the detail of these figures. This would definitely fit in there. And I got this one here. This is a really old figure. This is like made in 1975. Maybe 72. It's really old. It's actually painted with Tester's paint. And I know that because it was so hard to paint, because Tester's paint's an oil-based paint and it sucks. These other figures, I graduated to Poly S, which was way better. So this is a figure that I painted, and I did that that eagle on his shield freehand with the crappiest paint of Tester's paint. Anyway, he won't fit up like this, but he'll definitely fit going down like that. Here's a figure that I never finished painting with Poly S. It's part of a set. Man, that camera focused perfectly, and then it stopped focusing. And I was not moving it either. This has lost some of its luster too, to just being in the curio, waiting me to finish it, but I don't have the time, so I quit. So it's not too bad. And here's one of the guys' staffs that I did. And you need a magnifying glass to see the detail on this, because you can't see those little squares, but they're outlined in black. And it's really hard. I don't know why I put it up there, because the damn camera's not working. But anyway, so this is the Citadel one, okay? And then I want to show you, I got a little quick story that you really want to watch. So here's my other figure case that I bought a long time ago. And it was made by Gryphon Games. And I think it cost me like $100 back then. $150 maybe. So I opened this the other day because I've been buying some figures. And look how big it is compared to the other one. It's much bigger. And it's been in a closet. And I'm gonna grab the camera and just use it like this. So I opened it up, and to my surprise, and these are really old figures. To my surprise, this is what was happening to a lot of the figures. You pull them up and the foam got stuck to the figure. Can you see that? Like, it looks like he's got dirt on, but that's the foam. And some of them, like look at this. When I pulled him up, oh, the camera there. I pulled him up and I used pennies as the base. Foam come right with them. So this happened everywhere. Some of the figures were worse. Others were not so bad. These are like the figures I don't care that much about, because like a lot of them, like this one here, this was painted with Tester's paint, and it's really hard to paint with that. So the quality of the paint job is terrible, is not as good as the watercolors like a Poly S would be later on when I was painting. Nothing really to do with skill. It's more like, you know, what you have to work with. So anyway, I picked up some of these. Let me put this back up. And as I lifted out the drawer, I'll show you. See, these drawers lift out, and this is wood, or some kind of wood, and they have foam underneath. The figures were stuck to the foam underneath. See, there's the foam underneath. The figures were stuck to the foam underneath. So they were falling down when I opened it. And these here are part of a chess set, but it was just terrible. And so let me take out the next one. So there's another one. And as you can see, as I picked it up, right here, this came with it. This was sticking to the bottom. This foam is all deteriorating. I mean, you can see it right there, see? It's like a little bit sticky. And granted, it's like decades old. So then, this next one comes out too. You know. And there is yet another one that I could put figures in. And then on the bottom of this, there's like there's space, like the figure panels or whatever you want to call them, drawers. They only go down so far, and they hit this so that you could put big figures like dragons and stuff. So these are all fine. Like these dragons were all fine because they were like, it's a different kind of foam, so they didn't have anything bad happen to them. But the foam that came with them was all degrading. And I got a bunch of figures here that are, sorry I'm not putting the camera where I'm talking. A bunch of monster figures there, Roper, Minotaur, Chimera, blah blah blah, Spider, Creature. And I never got around to painting them because, you know, it's easy to buy figures. It's a whole other story to paint them. So anyway, I just want to show you the differences. So like I said, I was disappointed in the Gryphon's game case. I wish it was bigger and done a little bit differently. So if you have figures that are in a case, you might want to check them because the foam could be deteriorating just like mine. Anyway, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Thanks for watching.